Hello guys, and today I'm going to give a brief talk about Christmas, sausage rolls, and why you should pay your taxes. And believe it or not, they're all interrelated. But what has Christmas, sausage rolls, and paying taxes got to do with anything at all, you ask? Well, I'm going to tell you. Now, if you're from Britain, you may have an idea of what all this is about. If you aren't, you won't have the foggiest idea. Now, normally, sausage rolls traditionally has absolutely nothing to do with Christmas at all, frankly, to the best of my knowledge, except for the last few years, which I'll explain in a moment. Okay? And this is basically a sausage roll. It consists of a sausage surrounded by puff pastry. I believe America claims that they had discovered it a few years ago, in quotes, and created it, and I believe called it a puff roll, and then they became an international laughingstock when people from Britain said, we've had things like that for over 200 years, and it's called a sausage roll. And apparently, traditionally, people in America have not really seen much like anything like this, apparently, for a long time, apparently. Um, apart from when it was supposedly invented, okay, by the Americans, but as I said, it wasn't. I'm going to have one that I started earlier. You can break this particular one in half, you see. So, but as I said, what have any of these three topics got to do with each other? Well, this year, the Christmas #1 in Britain in the top music charts, okay, in the official music charts in Britain, was another song about sausage rolls. Um, the last 3 years, in other words, I'm saying last meaning not this year, including this year. I know that we've had this year as well, so it's not really technically correct, but um, so for 4 years, including this year, in a row, 4 years in a row, including this year, there has been a charity song about sausage rolls, and the money goes towards the homeless. And what has that got to do with anything? Well, never mind. And this year's song was no different. As I said, it was about sausage rolls again. Uh, so, that's what sausage rolls has got to do with Christmas, okay? Um, Basically, about 4 years ago, somebody as a laugh decided to release a charity song where they did a cover version of a song, but they changed the lyrics to be about sausage rolls, okay? It went to #1 and was the Christmas #1. That artist released another song next year, again a cover version of a song but tweaked to be about sausage rolls. Again that went to #1, and you get the idea. It's actually been the same artist throughout who's had the #1, but I'll leave that aside for now, right? Now, um, this year he collaborated with, like, I say he because to be absolutely fair, it was him and his wife, okay? So him and his wife did the songs for the last 4 years, including this one. So in other words, that's 4 years, okay? But also this year, he also had a couple of other people to collaborate on it as well. And it's one of those people who collaborate on it that I'm going to discuss briefly, okay? Now, a long, long time ago, way in the past, way back in something like the 70s and things like that, the governments of the time wanted to really clobber rich people and people who earned a lot of money. For that reason, lots and lots of our superstars went abroad. They left Britain to save money and to avoid paying tax. One of our stars, however, was so patriotic he point blank refused to do so, no matter what the financial cost was going to be to him personally. He thought that it was immoral to basically leave the country and betray the country that had supported you just because the government wanted to spend money on improving the country. So while many others came and went, and many left the country, he was one of the extreme few who just stayed behind and just took the financial hit. Now, um, what's been the benefit of doing this? What has been the benefit of staying behind and just taking the clobbering? Well, the British public never quite forgot this, okay? Um, he had been loyal to them, so they decided to be loyal to him as well. And as I said to you, he was one of the people that collaborated on the current Christmas #1 this year. But not only that, he was also, with another collaboration, at #2 in the Christmas chart this year, the official Christmas chart. So he had a single with others at both the #1 and #2 slot this year. And a few weeks earlier, he had a #1 with another person he'd collaborated with. 3 #1s in 1 year. Quite impressive. When you consider that this person is 74 years old, it's virtually unheard of, normally, for a 74-year-old to be in the charts, never mind at #1, and never mind having 3 #1s, but admittedly that was with the help of others, I will admit that. And to have a #1 and a #2 song in the charts, and these, by the way, were this year the #1 and #2 chart songs, to the best of my knowledge, were brand new songs. They weren't like a song from years and years and years ago that was well known. So that's quite impressive. So how this is all related is that if you pay your taxes, then the public will think, thanks for being a mug, and they will then support you. More, perhaps, than people who've left the country and disappeared and just stuck 2 fingers up at the country because they could. So you might ask, who is this singer that I'm talking about? Who is the proud tax-paying singer? Well, believe it or not, Elton John. So yes, this year Elton John had a #1 Christmas song with Ed Sheeran and Ladbaby, and that was the as I told you, the sausage roll song. And he also had a #2 this year with Ed Sheeran at Christmas. But the week before the week before Christmas, that song itself was actually at #1. So it's a song that was #2 in the Christmas chart, but was a #1 the week before. And a few weeks earlier, he had a #1 with Dua Lipa, okay, which was basically a sort of remix version of one of his older songs, with Dua Lipa singing some of the lyrics as well. And as I said, so there you go, guys. That is why you should pay your taxes. Because if you continue to pay your taxes, one day, as a 74-year-old, you may be rewarded with a knighthood a few years earlier, and also get a Christmas #1, admittedly with the help of some other people who are fans of yours. Okay? So, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.